Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I provide divorce mediation and valuation services in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we have the privilege of discussing the NACVA 30 years and beyond with Brien Jones. Brien is a seasoned association executive, and NACVA is located in Salt Lake City. He's the Chief Operations Officer and Executive Vice President of the National Association of Certified Valuators and Analysts. He's also part of the Global Association of Certified Valuators and Analysts and Consultants Training Institute. The NACVA is getting ready to celebrate 30 years. And where do you think we are headed, and what do you think we're going to keep as we go? Because everybody talks about, I think mostly people say, I don't want to go back to normal that it was before the pandemic. I want to take the good that we learned and I want to make, a world that we really want to be in. And so if we can look at the NACVA, like what does that look like? What did we like that we're going to take with us? And what do we see the future?
Yeah, well, we like as an association focusing on our members' needs. As I mentioned before, Parnell Black, who has been recognized as one of the top 100 most influential persons, according to Accounting Today magazine. For over 15 years, he received that honor of the 100 most influential people in the global accounting profession. And so what he recognized back then was that members have got to come first. The needs of the members have got to come first, and that will always be paramount for us. What we also recognize is that education is critical. You can have a credential or not, right? All the credentials that are in our space are similar. They're all credible. They're great. All the organizations are too. We're all great, right? It's a love fest. But pick a credential, pick the organization you like, but you're going to need education. And that's where we also have placed a lot of our brand and resources around education, because you get that credential and there's still more things you need to learn. And so that will certainly be carried forward, whether it's more in a virtual model, like we're talking about in this virtual platform, and finding our way back to in person. I think that's one of the things we might leave behind are those sheer volume of in-person meetings. We weren't able to do a lot of things because we couldn't afford it. Those airfares were expensive. Those coffee cups were expensive. That microphone, that was expensive. And now we're reinvesting those things into training, development. Last year alone, we introduced 9 specialty areas of training with a certificate of educational achievement. And each of those 9 programs were between 15 and 20 hours of CPE. We could afford that last year because we weren't booking and cooking meetings, right? We were reinvesting in experts like yourself and others to hunker down in business interruptions, hunker down in bankruptcy, hunker down in digital forensics and cybersecurity, and develop training where before we might not have been able to because we were spending money booking and cooking meetings around the planet. And what's also super critical here is to look forward. There's a generation of young professionals coming out of economics, finance, or accounting who are certainly digitally adept. They're looking to help change a profession that they're skeptical about. These younger professionals have seen the calamity that we've lived through, a crisis, economic crisis after economic crisis. There's this skepticism about accounting and finance and how the money moves around and how it affects our economy, businesses, individuals. And so we have an opportunity as an association to help craft a new environment for the profession, and also to take advantage of the things that they can share with the other cross-section of membership that may be in another generation, right? And vice versa, the transference of knowledge from those pioneers to those coming in and fostering that. And so what we might see leaving behind a little bit are these in-person meetings, so we can have better resources to engage these professionals in that way. It's a really interesting time to be in. Like you were saying, I think we're another year or so still in this emerge from the fog. This borrowed time is what I've been sort of coining it as. We have this borrowed time, right? To Melissa's point, to hunker down, to, like the chipmunks, gobble up all the nuts and get your cheeks all full of this great knowledge and connections and learning, so that when things do normalize, which we believe and hope they will, we'll be more bold and empowered to grow to that next level. And who knows what's out there after that. But we'll have taken ourselves to this next level.